Welcome back. It's Peggylynn. There are so many different flavors of rejection, from you can't sit with us to your application for this university has been denied to after 15 years of work, here is your pink slip to, baby, it's just not working out. Just so many flavors of rejection that we may have all experienced at one time or the other. And depending on what has happened to you throughout your life, starting in your childhood, depending on what has happened to you, you're going to take the rejection sometimes better than other times. And what happens when we are rejected in professional life, in our private lives, in romantic situations, and family, what's happening is there's actually a domino effect happening to where we sustain that insult. I'll go ahead and use that word, that insult, medical terminology, in the moment, and it triggers all of the other times that we would have had something similar happen to us, and we took it as a rejection, as you're not good enough, you are unwanted. And depending on how much healing we've actually done around those different areas, it's going to hurt more times than some other times. If you look back at your youth, your childhood, and how you were treated by your family, how you were treated in school, how you were treated by the friends in your neighborhood, that's going to give you some indication on whether or not you have those rejection wounds. And the rejection wounds, again, can be looking back at your child at something like being criticized for really some of anything as a child. We are brought here to earth in our beautiful, loving, open spirits, and something as simple as the way we tied our shoe, the way our hair looks, the way we learn to walk and talk and run, something as simple as that, which is just part of typical development with the adults in our environment. If we were criticized for just, in our mind, simply existing, that is going to be a form of rejection. And another really interesting example of what may trigger a feeling of rejection inside of you is the feeling of being compared. It could be something as simple as you have an older sibling, perhaps, who by design, they've been here longer, so they've learned things before you have. And just the comparison of someone doing something better than you do can be enough to make you feel like, you know what, there's something wrong with me. I'm not good enough somehow. And also, one of the more sensitive experiences that we could have had early in life that could be triggered by some seemingly innocuous experience is if you had a history of abandonment in your childhood that's not really been resolved or healed, something that seems like it could be so simple can really seem to cut deep because that old abandonment issue has not been healed. So I say all of that to say and give those examples as an invitation to give yourself some grace if you find that you are perhaps overreacting to things that someone else might say is not that deep, not that serious, for you to understand that sometimes we have these overreactions because there are things in our past that have not been dealt with. We have these wounds or cuts that have not really healed over yet, and just allow yourself, some love and compassion to work on those things. Until next time, bye bye.